Manifesting your goals, dreams, and desires. It's the hottest topic on the internet. All these people are coming out of the woodwork. I don't know who the hell they are. You learn the secrets. I know the secrets. I'm the only guy who knows the secrets. I got the secret of how to make your dreams come true. Who are these people? What have they ever done? Well, today you're going to learn that your wish is your command. How to manifest your desires.
He's built multi-million-dollar companies. His explosive books on health and wealth have sold over 60 million copies. Now, the Kevin Trudeau Show they don't want you to know.
I did it with mega memory. I was sitting there thinking, I'm teaching memory classes, helping people improve their memory. We have a great business. We got salespeople, and we've trained trainers who can teach the seminars. And I got my accounting department, and my marketing department, and my booking department, and my outbound telemarketing department, and my direct mail department. And I'm running the business as the president. And I go to work, and I'm enjoying it. And we're helping people around the world develop a powerful memory so they can remember names and faces. Fantastic. And I thought, I want to have this business be a walk-away business. I want to manifest that. I manifested the business itself because I wanted to get into that industry. And that's another story of serendipity, of magic happening right before your very eyes. But I wanted to manifest money out of thin air. So I said, okay, I know how to do this. So let me tell you exactly what I want, universe. I said, I want to have a check coming in for the memory business every week, at least $100,000 a week, minimum, at least $100,000 a week, every week for the rest of my life, and I never have to work for it. How do I do it? You figure it out. I don't know how to do it. You manifest, and I use the techniques, which I'm going to share you a couple techniques today. So I use those techniques. 1 week later, I went to New York City. I spent the weekend on a holiday, went to some Broadway plays. And there's a delicatessen there. It's closed down now. It's across from the Carnegie Hall called the Carnegie Deli. They had corned beef and pastrami and world's greatest cheesecake. So I went there with my girlfriend, and we sat down and I had a Danny Rose. That was the name of the sandwich, a Danny Rose. Half corned beef, half pastrami. And you go up there and they sit you at a table, and you're sitting next to somebody else you don't know. It's almost like this long table with like 6 or 7 seats on this side and six or 7 seats on that side. It's one table, and you're sharing the pickles, and you're very close to the people. It's very informal and casual. So I sat down and got my Danny Rose, and the guy who's sitting right there, my girlfriend's in front of me, the guy who's sitting right kinda-quarter to me, I look at him and I said, "You look familiar. You're Bobby Singer, aren't you? The blackjack expert who has that TV infomercial on how to make money at blackjack." He goes, "Yeah." So we start talking. And I said, "I bought it and I loved it. I'm a memory expert. It's really easy for me to count playing cards." And he goes, "You're a memory expert?" I go, "Yeah, I teach memory training. I show people how to improve their memory, blah, blah, blah." I tell him about it. And he says, "You need to put that on a home study course and sell it on TV infomercials." And I said, "No, it really won't work on TV infomercials." He goes, No, it'll work on infomercials. He goes, "Give me your card. I'm going to send you a contract. I'll put up all the money, and I'll pay you a royalty. And you'll be getting royalties for the next 10 years. I said, "Oh, it won't work." I left, went back to my hotel. I was staying at the Plaza Hotel, beautiful hotel, in New York City. I call and check my answering machine back home. Back then you had to call the phone number and then hit the little code in, and it was a tape that would play. And I hear a message. "Kevin, it's your old friend Alex Duarte. I'm in Lake Tahoe, and I bumped into an old friend of yours, Ed Beckley, the millionaire maker, the guy who sold real estate courses on TV on how to buy real estate with no money down. He's a TV infomercial expert. You know him. You were in that business back then. Well, I told him what you're doing now with the memory training, and Ed says you should put this on a home study course and sell it on TV." Folks, this happened in the same day. When I used a technique just 7 days earlier of what I wanted to manifest, within 7 days, boom, I got 2 people telling me I should do the same thing, and both offering to put up all the money and pay me a royalty for the rest of my life. So I said, "Ed, I just talked to Bobby Singer. He wants to send me a contract." He goes, he would be great to go with. I think I would do a better job. I says, well, whoever sends the contract first. So I call up Bobby Singer. I say, hey, just Ed Beckley says I should do this too. He's going to send me a contract, so whoever sends the contract first. Ed Beckley sent me a contract via Federal Express. And back then, this is 1988, back then, nobody used Federal Express. It cost a lot of money. It was a new overnight delivery service. Ed sends me the contract, Federal Express. And you got to be a somebody if you get a Federal Express. Even the Federal Express band is wondering, who the hell's this guy to get a Federal Express? So I get this Federal Express envelope. I open up the contract. I call Ed. We negotiate a few terms. I sign it. We're done. A week later, I get a contract in the mail from Bobby Singer. And I said, hey, Bobby, I call him up. I've already signed with Ed. He says, well, I know Ed. He's a great guy. I think you'll do well. I missed out. Mega Memory went on to do $450 million in sales, and I got royalties. My first royalty check was $268,000 for the week. For the week. And I got checks of over $100,000 every single week. I manifested that in 7 days using the techniques. And here's the point. The point is, if you are listening to people on the internet, if you're reading books or going to seminars on how to manifest, you're probably being taught sound good information and not the real stuff. After I did this dozens of times, by the way, and generated over $5 billion in business, many people around me said, Kevin, can you please teach us how you manifest? Because clearly you're doing something that nobody else is teaching. It's not in Dale Carnegie's book, Think and Grow Rich. It's not in the law of attraction. It's not in Walter Waddell's book, The Science of Getting Rich. It's not in Charles Haniel's book, The Master Key to Riches, which are all good books. But it's not in them because those guys never became billionaires. They're writing books on how to manifest, on how to make money and how to get rich, but they never were rich. You're doing something different. And I said, yeah, I learned it from guys who are billionaires, and those guys ain't teaching people outside the brotherhood. This is a secret society type of bit of information. You know, people kind of stumble upon things sometimes, and there's a lot of sound good advice, and quite frankly, there's some advice that may produce some decent results. And sometimes people don't even know what they're doing if it's working, and then they're teaching what they think they're doing, but it's not even what they're really doing. And then the other guy tries it, it doesn't work, which is why it's estimated that 98% of people who read manifesting books like Ask and It Is Given, which is an excellent book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, or The Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill, or The Master Key to Riches by Charles Haniel. Any of these manifesting books, The Magic of Believing, any of these manifesting books, 98% of them don't become successful. They may increase their income a little, and they may be happy with that, but none of them become mega successful. It's unbelievably rare. And those who do don't even know what they did. They kind of stumbled upon it. And if you ask them what they did, they really don't know. And if they think they know, and they try to duplicate their success using what they think is the pattern for success or the recipe for success or the formula for success, it doesn't work. And they scratch their head and go, why? Because they don't even know what the recipe is. They don't know what the algorithm is for success. There is an algorithm. There's it's an actual mathematical formula. It's mathematical because it deals with not just physics, but quantum physics. It's mechanics. We're dealing with the universe. So people kept on asking me, please teach. And I said, listen, I'm not teaching people how to become successful because at the end of the day, the most successful people in the world keep this stuff a secret. Think about that. All the wealthy people, they don't go out there and start writing books on how to become successful. If they do, they write it with misinformation on purpose. Henry Ford said, if people learn the way I create money, then who's going to work in my factories? Think about that. So I learned stuff that most people have never heard. And someone says, well, wait a minute. Didn't Napoleon Hill, when he wrote The Law of Success in 16 Lessons or Think and Grow Rich, didn't he learn it from the most successful people on the planet? Yes. Andrew Carnegie, the richest man in the world, took Napoleon Hill and set him up with Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, J.P. Morgan, Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, all those people, the richest people on the planet. And Napoleon Hill interviewed and in some cases lived with these people to observe what they do, and he wrote it down. But he didn't get the real information. Henry Ford said, I didn't tell Napoleon Hill what I really do. I tried to send him off track because I don't want people learning this information, because if they learn it, then who's going to work in my factories? So those books really don't have the missing magical woofle dust, if you say, that really creates the results. It's good information, clearly, but it's missing things. So all these people kept saying, Kevin, please teach. And I said, listen, that's not my business. So I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll charge $50,000 because that way we'll get rid of all of the riffraff. We'll only deal with people that have already achieved a certain level of success, which is what we deal with in the Brotherhood. We don't deal with people who need help. We deal with people who don't need help. And someone said, well, that doesn't sound right. Well, in the Brotherhood, we make the able more able. We're not here to save the poor. It's just like if you go to the New England Conservatory of Music and say, I can't play anything. I can't play anything on the piano. I can't play any instrument. I can't sing. I can't hold the note. But I want to come to the New England Conservatory of Music, and I want you guys to teach me how to play an instrument. They're going to say, sorry, we only deal with people who are the best musicians, and we're going to make them great. Make sense? So the Brotherhood does the same thing. It takes the best of the best and makes them even better. Takes them to a new level, which is beyond human comprehension. So I said I'm going to charge $50,000. I'll do it in the Alps. In the Brotherhood, we had one of our guys had this beautiful, opulent place there, right in between Austria, Switzerland, and Italy. So for 2 days, I taught the secrets to this small group of people. There was about 100 people there. Interestingly enough, there was a king from an Asian country that was there. There were other members of royal families there. There were billionaires there, major politicians that were there as well, because they wanted to hear from me because of my involvement in the Brotherhood. They knew me. In some cases, we knew each other personally. Otherwise, we just knew each other by name, and they knew of me. So they went, and I recorded that seminar. And that's what this is, Your Wish is Your Command. I recorded it 14 hours. Then I went into the studio, cleaned it up a little bit, added some things in the studio as well to put together this package. It is the finest manifesting course of all time. It is the #1 most organized and systematic, step-by-step method on how to manifest goals, dreams, and desires, revealing information and techniques that aren't in any other book anywhere. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.